What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big John and G, Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. So welcome back. Welcome back if you're joining on the day this drops. Welcome to Thursday, my friends. And we've already seen one video drop for Thursday just a little while ago, and now we're ready for the second video, the second part to this series. And this is the How to Play Captain Marvel Secret Skrulls. So, as already mentioned, this is a game that is based on the design of Bang, the card game, and Bang, the Walking Dead card game. This uses the Marvel IP, specifically Captain Marvel. And in this game, everyone knows who Captain Marvel is. Nobody knows who anyone else is. Are they allies? Are they Skrulls? It's hard to tell. But everyone has an agenda, and most of it has to do with taking down Captain Marvel. Most of the allies, of course. But this is a really fun game, and I'm glad that we're getting a chance to show it off here. I've been a fan of Bang for a while now, and to see this overlaid with a Marvel theme, I'm really interested. Alright, so why don't you join me down the table, and we'll figure out how to play Captain Marvel Secret Skrulls. Now, the first player of the game is the player with Captain Marvel. Now, remember during setup, everyone got one card based on their health. In this case, Captain Marvel has a 5 health. So at the setup of the game, 5 cards were drawn off the top of the deck for Captain Marvel. Now, setup is over, and you're ready to start the game. The game is broken down into 3 phases. First is the draw phase, then the play card phase, and then the discard phase. So starting the round off with the draw phase, the player is going to draw 2 cards to add to their hand from the top of the deck. Remember, you don't have to worry about your excess hand size until the end of your turn. The second phase is the card playing phase, and you're allowed to play as many cards from your hand as you want on your turn. However, there is a stipulation. You may only play 1 attack card per turn. Now remember that this applies only to cards that are specifically attack cards, not necessarily other cards that can do damage. You can only play 1 attack card during your turn. You may only have 1 copy of a card in play. So what that means, only having 1 card in play at a turn, is I could only be able to pull out 1, let's say, of the captured card on my turn. Also, somewhat along the same lines as that, you are only allowed to have 1 weapon set up on your card ready to use at a time. Now, other than that, you could play as many cards as you wanted to on your turn. You could play a blast card. Target player discards a card, in hand or in play. And then I could follow that up with an attack card. Target player within range loses 1 health, and with the Skrull shock stick, I have a +1 to my range, now giving me a range of 2. Or 1 range. Sorry. It doesn't add on. Giving me a 1 range. May play any number of attack cards when I have this. So if I had another one, or even if I had another 2, I would have the opportunity to be able to play them while I have this card in play. So after playing the cards for the round, for my turn that I wanted to play, I would then go through my deck, my hand, that is, And in this case, I got a chance to play so many cards. I only have one left in my hand, so there's nothing to discard. If, however, I had more than 5 cards in my hand, if somehow I had, let's say, ended up with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 of these, my own choice, any 2 I choose, I could then decide to get rid of. I would have to discard down 2, leaving me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my hand. Again, that's only a 5-card hand because I have all of my health. Every time you lose a health, you lose 1 spot, 1 slot, so to speak, in your hand of cards that you can have. And that is exactly how to play the game. That is the entire game, not just the game in a nutshell. That is the entire game. Draw 2 cards, play any number of cards, with certain restrictions, such as only 1 attack card, only 1 card with that same title in play, 1 weapon at a time. But otherwise, play as many cards as you want, and then discard any of your excess cards so you don't have more cards in your hand than you have current hit points, how many health tokens you have. But now, there's a lot more to the game than just that. First thing you have to realize about this game is range. Range is all determined by literally how you and the other players are sitting around the table. And when you have a weapon, that will tell you when you make an attack of what the range will be. So if you play an attack card, then the damage that's going to be done will be done at someone up to a maximum of, depending on the weapon, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 spaces away from you. And it's very easy to understand. So, looking at the Skrull shock stick, which much like your fist, your base weapon, your punch, is a range of 1. So that means if you are using this weapon, you are able to choose between either player immediately to your right or your left. Those that are within 1 of you. The Skrull pistol, you would be able to target the person immediately on your right or left, as well as the additional person to the right or left, respectively. And that continues with the Kree pistol with a range of 3, the Skrull rifle with a range of 4, and the Kree sniper rifle with a range of 5. Now, when playing a card, generally the red cards you play and discard, such as playing a Pegasus Security Lab Level 3, which will allow you to draw 3 cards after you use this. Or the cards will be blue, which they stay out in front of you unless some effect takes them out. So you can only ever have 1 motorcycle out in play. You can have others in your hand, but you can't have more than 1 in play. Now this also brings us to a point as to why you may have noticed on the lower left-hand corner of the cards there are symbols. So, with the motorcycle, if Captain Marvel has the motorcycle in play, and she gets attacked, then she will draw from the deck, and if the card she reveals has that star symbol, which that did not, so the attack would hit. But if she had drawn that card, the star symbol came up, so Captain Marvel would get a free evade. Like playing an evade card without playing an evade card. When playing the cards, just remember to just do what it says. It's really that simple. So if I played Sideswipe, being a red card, it would go right to the discard pile. And this allows me to steal 1 card from a target player at a range of 1. So either player on my right or my left, I can just take 1 of their cards. It's exactly what it says to do. In the case of Spar, now you also notice that some of these cards here, is this the first one? Maybe this is the first one that's come up, also has this little symbol of a book here. And that means that there's further information concerning this card in the rule book. But generally, just reading the spar card, you pick a target, and that target player discards an attack. Then you discard an attack, and that will continue until the first player who fails to discard an attack, and they will lose 1 health. Other cards, such as Heal and Evade, are also very self-explanatory. Spend the Heal card to gain 1 health, or spend the Evade to evade an attack. These 2 cards I also wanted to highlight, the Quad Jet and the Hellion. They each do the exact same but opposite effect. They alter the range, or at least perception of range, what you are able to do at range. The Quad Jet makes it others see you at a range of +1. So if another player who is at a range of 2 decides to attack you, they're going to need to hit you at a range of 3. The Hellion allows you to see others at a range of -1. So if you try to attack that player back, the player that is 3 away from you, you are going to see that player and only need to hit at a 2 range. If you are familiar with the movie Captain Marvel, then this card makes complete thematic sense to you. Goose. As you see here, it says, reveal the top card of the deck. If it is a paw, you lose 3 health. That is not. Otherwise, pass the card to the left. So Goose is going to keep going around until Goose claws out Nick Fury's good eye. Now, I'm not sure if this needs to be said, but I will say it anyway. When you lose your last health token, you're eliminated from the game. When elimination occurs, you will reveal your alliance card. Da, 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 da. Now, if Captain Marvel was the one who eliminated this player, then Captain Marvel is going to suffer for her mistake. The Captain Marvel player will have to discard all the cards in their hand as well as in play. Now, if the player eliminated turns out to be a Skrull, any player who eliminates a Skrull gets to draw 3 cards to their hand. Remember, Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel's ally, or allies, they win if they take down all the Skrulls and the Skrull Defector. The Skrull player, or players, win if they take down Captain Marvel. They don't have to take down the ally, or allies. They only have to take down Captain Marvel. And for the Skrull Defector to win, that player must literally be the last player standing. When all other players are eliminated from the game, the Skrull Defector will have won. Finally, I'd like to urge players to do something that I make a common mistake of all the time. Always remember what your individual identity, your character, can do, because they all have different abilities. Nick Fury, you may draw your first card from the hand of another player. Marie Rambeau, to start your turn, look at the top 3 cards of the deck, keep 2, and return the other card to the top of the deck. Talos, all players see him at a range of +1. He seems 1 spot further away than everybody. While on the other end of that, Minerva sees all players 1 range closer. Remember to keep your character abilities in mind. And that, my friends, is quite literally everything you need to know about how to play Captain Marvel Secret Skrulls, a hidden identity game. Draw 2 cards, play any number of cards, with exceptions to how many you can have out at a time, and then discard your excess cards. How do you know if you have excess cards? If your cards in your hand outmatch your health tokens, you have too many and must bring it back down to even it, so you have the same number of health tokens as you have as cards. And then other than that, follow the instructions on the individual cards. It is an easy game to walk through. It is an easy game to figure out, to learn, and to teach. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us down at the table and learning along with us how to play Captain Marvel's Secret Skrulls, a hidden identity game by USAopoly. I'm your buddy, Big Johnny G, and I want to say thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for everyone that goes over to our Facebook, our Instagram, and our Twitter and find out and discover what Two Gun Pixie is doing over there. I also want to give a great big shout out to everyone that's been going over to the official Two Gun Pixie Zazzle store and checking out some of the fine merchandise that we have over there. Nerd-inspired, RPG-inspired. Thank you, everyone, for going over and seeing if there's anything there for you. If anything speaks to you, if you see anything that you deem worthy. So thank you very much for checking that all out. That is awesome. That is amazing. And the biggest thank you, of course, goes to everything that everyone does right here. Right here on YouTube, my friends. You subscribe to our channel, you watch our videos, you comment, you like, and when we're lucky, yes indeed, when we're lucky, you share our videos. And that is really awesome. That is the best way that you can tell a content creator that you enjoyed their work, when you share one of their videos. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm your buddy, Big Johnny G. The Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. And my friends, I am out of here.